it all of a sudden became, well, let's not support black women. Why should we do that? And that's the key to this. The reason that we're supporting black women, or the reason that these accounts are pretending to be black women, is because we already know that the data point says that over 90% of black women will vote for Democrats. And so now we have a whole campaign getting several campaigns, by the way. We have identified at least 5 existing campaigns that are focused on getting black people to do only one thing, not vote for the Democrats.
And can you name one of those 5 campaigns? I mean, we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it. There's a criminal justice conversation. Yes. There's an immigration. Go on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Reparations, immigration, reparations, immigration, and anything that has to do with the criminal justice system. So the reason that the targeting of Kamala around being a cop is important is because anything that hinges on criminal justice becomes a divisive issue and is being used as a weapon right now. Are there real issues? Absolutely. I want to make sure that people don't dismiss the fact that there are some real issues that we're talking about. I think you had Cory Booker on here talking about police brutality. These are key, important issues to our community. We know that this is the case because in the previous election in 2016, Black Lives Matter was targeted because of their campaign that was focused on police brutality.
Right.
It's still existing. It's still happening right now. It's just that we're not seeing a way to handle this and do a counter narrative.
Very quickly, we're out of time, but how can people tell the difference between the real, genuine thing of Black Lives Matter and the ones that are just designed to make you not vote? How do you even tell?
So you can tell right away by the language that they use most of the time. But if you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start to pause and take a better look at what they're saying. Better look at those accounts and seeing what they're saying. And also, don't forget, same rules apply. If these accounts are brand new, you should pause and look at these accounts and see what they're saying.
What a time to be alive. I've done several videos on this topic, and I'm going to continue to because they keep getting worse. They doubling down, tripling down. But what you just saw here is a shame and a goddamn sin. All black media is using their power and their platforms to attack black voters. So let's run this thing down real quick, right? So, and I've broken this down before. Black folks were attacked and blamed for Hillary losing. All the people in the media went out their way to make that point. Even to this day, I was watching some show and the chick said, had black people come out and vote the way they did for Obama, Hillary, blah, blah, blah. No, she wouldn't have. Black people are already concentrated, as Bob Johnson already stated, black people are already concentrated in the cities that Hillary would have already won. All that means she would have won the popular vote by slightly more. People got to get over this. She won the popular vote bullshit. That's like saying we had more yards, but you still lost, motherfucker. Okay? Like, Trump didn't run a campaign to win the popular vote. He did what most Republicans do in a tight race. He went after the Electoral College. Don't like it, want to get rid of it, boo-hoo, whatever. But stop crying about her winning the popular vote. That don't mean shit. You bragging about something that don't matter. Anyways, so what happened was, right, black folks get blamed for Hillary losing. They didn't come out in the numbers that they wanted. Then black folks, the few who voted third party, they got attacked and told they ain't shit and they supporting Russians and all this other nonsense because they voted for Jill Stein, Lamar Lamont Hill, Cornel West. Again, I thought one of the most racist things I ever seen Bill Maher do was the way he talked down to Cornel West. I don't even agree with Cornel's political worldview or ideology, but he's still a black Ivy Tower intellectual Negro, right? We only got so many of them left. Unfortunately, the ones that we support and get any love are all on the left, but still. But he didn't want to support Hillary. You saw Dr. Glad, who, again, another liberal, but he pushed back against the idea of just going out and voting for Hillary and being strategic. There's a video debate between him and Michael Eric Dyson where Michael Eric Dyson was tap dancing hard for Hillary, basically saying black voters are too dumb to comprehend if you live in a red state or a blue state or sitting or voting down ticket or being strategic. No, we got to get Trump out of here. And that's the moral of the story. Their voters, their whole agenda is not economics, it's not healthcare, it's not strong immigration, it's not any of those overly liberal policies that we can't afford and that we ain't ever gonna do, that Bernie and Elizabeth Warren support slightly. It ain't even about that. Climate change, whatever. It's about getting rid of Trump. That's their agenda. Like, that's it. So if your agenda does not align with that, that's a problem. You can't tell black people, yo, your vote is important. Yo, the Democrats can't win. Okay, well, they'll say this: you can't win without the black support. They say it wrong first, right? And then you'd be like, well, Trump didn't have any black support. Hillary had 96% of the black female vote, 85% of black men, and she lost. Trump won without the black vote. But what they really mean is you can't win in a Democratic Party, yes, without the black vote. So instead of utilizing that information and going out there and campaigning and hiring staffers, I'm not even the tangibles part, right? I'm not even talking about actual policy. I'm saying before you even get to the policy, they don't even spend their money funding your campaigns, pushing your elected officials, giving you jobs and staff. Like this time around, yeah, you got all these black female staffing for Biden, and I think Simone Sanders, aka EJ, she left Bernie, which we are all blinded by the racism and lack of addressing black issues during the last election because we didn't really bang with Hillary, so Bernie got passes. But now Tesla Figueroa, shout out to her, who sued his team, and I'm sure she got settlement in that for firing because she stuck up for black folks, and she said that black folks ain't been arrested. There's more black people enslaved than incarcerated during slavery, and she kind of got the white liberals scoffed at that and got rid of her. But we kind of were blinded by some of the issues. Like, they were saying things about Bernie's campaign, but we just didn't like Hillary. So she was the permanent issue at the time. So Bernie got passes that he kind of not going to get this time around. But again, black folks came out. They weren't enthused about Hillary Clinton. There were valid reasons not to vote for her. Hillary has been mad at Russia, right? So she's still on TV doing interviews 3 years damn near later on the sidelines, pontificating on what could have been done, not really taking any accountability for her just being trash, not really addressing the fact that she didn't go to certain key states that were like a shoo-in for Democrats usually. She thought that giving a Jay-Z Beyonce concert free in Ohio was going to do the trick. It didn't. A free Jay-Z and Beyonce concert, and that shit wasn't even sold out. That's crazy. But that's how you do black politics. That's how you think you're going to reach out to black voters. Nah, B. So it was Black Lives Matter, who I respect. They didn't endorse any candidate. I don't, co-sign the movement, right? We know what that's about. We know it's about the lesbians and the LGBT using black dead bodies of men to push their own further agendas. But I respected the fact that they didn't take a candidate, and they were like, we're going to push you all. We're going to give you all the smoke. And it was them. It was a Black Lives Matter activist who was at that donor dinner with Hillary. It was Black Lives Matter that was in the crowd calling out Bill Clinton and his support of the 94 crime bill or signing it using his pen, right? But now, ADOS bots, right? And this is the mind fuckery of it all, is they're telling you you're stupid. They're saying the conversations that we're having online on YouTube. And again, I'll admit, I know a lot of these folks aren't voters. These are people who are new to the party. But you called them out. All these times, black media and black liberals, Roland Martin, y'all sit y'all ass at home. Y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all gotta get out here and vote. Blah, 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 blah. That's all, folks. And now folks are coming to the party that don't usually vote, and they're doing their research. They're listening to Malcolm X. Malcolm X, as Sarge just said in one of his videos, said that Democrats are wolves in sheep clothing. Dr. King said the same damn thing. He said your biggest detractors when it comes to black success and black progress are going to be your white liberal allies. The same white motherfuckers you willing to trade for a black person because you don't like that they're politically Republican or on the right or independent. Them same white liberal allies that you need validation from are going to be your biggest detractor. That's what Dr. King said, yo. But we ain't learned shit yet from either one of them brothers. So we're quoting Malcolm X and we're acknowledging, you know, how black folks can be political chumps and traitors to their race, and these new generation folks saying, like, we're not going to be like that. We want something for it. Again, I'm not sacrificing my Second Amendment rights for reparations or strong border or school choice or, you know, free enterprise and capitalism and being able to do business. I ain't a leftist. I ain't about that life. I respect the idea of reparations and I support it, but I'm not going to sacrifice everything else for it. Like, that's just not who I am. But I don't knock ADOS people who are saying that's what we want, or FBA or whatever, Tariq Nasheed's or Tangibles 2020. I don't knock any of them people for. I love the fact that black folks are Democrat. I'm going to say, do what you got to do. I don't vote. I don't agree with your politics, or I'm not going to vote with y'all. But I respect the fact that y'all trying to get something for y'all vote. Y'all trying to get that exchanged. That's what politics is about, is exchange. And even in this situation, Joy Reid said, watch out for those people saying we want something for our vote. If we don't get anything, we're not going to vote. That's a political strategy. Like, what are we talking about here? Again, don't tell black folks that they have all this power only within the DNC. Let's be honest about that. But they got all this power, and if you don't vote, we don't win. And then when they do vote, when they do use their tactics, when they make a statement and a stand, and you say, we ain't banging with Hillary. It ain't that for us. Black folks went 8 years under Obama and didn't get their issues addressed with policy. Not just his fault, ours as well. And black folks learn from that. So yes, the other half black president candidates, right? Because you know Democrats don't like their presidential candidates black. They like them biracial. So you got Kamala Harris trying to be the second coming of Barack Obama. Didn't work. Maybe in the future she'll try again, but it didn't work. I said from the jump, which they addressed in this segment, calling Kamala Harris a cop. Black folks wasn't going to put a cop in the White House, period. Her being black, half black, and, you know, when it's politically convenient to be, and her being an AKA and going to a HBCU and all that, them damn letters, that shit ain't mean nothing. Y'all tried. Y'all thought she was going sister girl, hot sauce, Wakanda forever, Cardi B her way into the White House. Nah, B. And it's annoying too, watching like Angela Rye interview all these candidates, and she's always asking them cultural questions and dumb shit. Like, we should be beyond that, right? We should be beyond that. Stop doing that. Like, it makes us look silly and foolish. But they rather talk about those things than actual policy. Remember, the Breakfast Club interviewed Hillary Clinton twice and didn't get no policy, and admitted we didn't want to ask her no political policy questions. And then y'all mad that she lost. Y'all campaign for her. Y'all jigaboo and tap dance for her. Y'all ask her these softball dumbass questions. Now, granted, the people that come up there now, they getting real questions. Mayor Pete, Pocahontas, Bernie Sanders. Y'all asking these white candidates some real questions now, but y'all ain't do that shit to Hillary when she came up there. I gave her 2 passes, and y'all know that was trash. We're not this and we're not that. No, you trying to be that voice, you in that lane. There's some responsibility you have to have being there. Stop asking these questions to these celebrities about what they like hot sauce in their purse or who their favorite rapper is. We don't care about that. People want policy. But it's an amazing time to be alive in this political situation. Black folks, it'd be cool if we could all unite on one idea of we getting something for your vote. I know we don't all agree on what is. I know I did a video, I don't know if I didn't upload it yet, but I broke down when Antonio Moore pretty much demolished ADOS by saying we Democrats, right? And I get that. I get him saying we want to use our little political capital that we got left, which is small, and we want to negotiate and we want to show them what we can do, and we're going to vote down ticket. Again, I respect that, but you emphatically declaring that ADOS is Democrat and this is what we're going to do, that hurts you, because beyond that, you have black folks who are independent, Republican, whatever, who rock with the idea of reparations, who rock with the idea of black folks, you know, being foundational and what is owed to us and carrying on the mantle of Dr. King of what he was talking about. But instead, Antonio Moore and Yvette Cornell want to pick wars in the middle of the battle. And I'm going to talk about it again in a different video, but it makes no sense to be at war with the corporate media and Joy Reid and MSNBC and CNN and Time Magazine and all these big entities that have the power to crush you. Like, in the mainstream media and then pick fights with Tariq Nasheed and Boyce and Dr. Claude Anderson. Like, that makes no damn sense in the middle of the battle. You saying that you don't want to be associated with Tangibles 2020 or whatever Tariq Nasheed thing is, or Foundational Black Americans, or DOS, because I'm over the ADOS. I'm with the DOS now, Descendants of American Slavery. Just to separate, it's not politically smart. Like, you just divide something that was already divided. Whether, Tariq Nasheed said, oh, if Trump came with some tangibles, we'd vote for him, which is how it should be. Tariq said, oh, nope. But we're doing this mainly because we don't want the people in the mainstream media to accuse us of being Trump supporters. From day one, Dr. Greg Carr was on Roland Martin. This is a black intellectual, pro-blackity black, African studies, professional. Talking about, no, y'all are Trump supporters. Y'all are, Tiki Torch, alt-right folks, just because you won't get on the Democrat D. Pause. I said the same thing, man, about Tulsi Gabbard. The way they sparing her, the way they treating her as a current veteran and serving, and she's in the Congress, and she got like high class information because she's on certain boards and shit. You're accusing this woman of treason. I can just flippantly say it. Hillary can just say it. Bakari sellout bitch ass can go on CNN and say it. Karen Hunter can say it on her show all the time on Sirius XM. Joy Reid can say it. All these political commentators can just say these things that are not true, like they're not true, right? And you wonder why people talk about fake news and don't trust the media. Y'all clearly are trying to silence the voices of black people. And black political commentators and black celebrities are being used to do this. And it's crazy. Forget about what y'all do to the Republicans and how y'all dismiss them and shut them out. Y'all doing this to motherfuckers who 9 times out of 10 are going to vote your way in the first place. They just want something in exchange for that vote. And now you've even demonized and criminalized the idea of getting in exchange for your vote. And because of Trump. That's what it basically boils down to. You want black folks to get on board and get rid of Trump and go back to usual. And I got a video coming about this back to normalcy thing that we keep talking about. You got the never Trumper Republicans, you got Democrats. So let's just get back to normalcy. What you mean by that? Bullets, bombs, banks, Harvard, Princeton, Yale? The same bullshit that we've been doing for the last, 40, 50 years? Nah, let's not go back to that normalcy. Not to mention, I don't think that MSNBC or CNN or Yahoo News or Time Magazine or any of these publications want Trump to lose. By all means, I don't. Their ratings are up. They got every day. They just mention his name to the point where I think it's to their detriment. Politically, because it's helping him win. Y'all giving that man free press. Y'all gave that man over $1 billion in free press. Like, y'all can't stop saying the man's name. I get it, he's the president of the United States, but every segment it could be about a broken bowl in a factory in China, and some way, somehow, Trump name gonna get mentioned in that. And people can see that, right? Even people who don't bang with him, like, they tired of that shit. Like, come on, like, every day, like, every little thing, like, the people who don't have Trump derangement syndrome, they cool. They moving on. They're like, what's next? What about the tangibles? What about issues that we can deal with? Right now, Democrats and Republicans and Trump can get the cheaper medication from Canada. Right now, that could be done. That could be passed. But we about to be in some impeachment bull. The Democrats who are running right now won't be able to campaign. Like, it's purposely distractions and bullshit to stop you from getting actual policy done. Or even talking about, and I don't support it, Medicare for all or education for everybody. I don't support those policies because they come at a cost, they come at a price. And everything we know with the word public in it sucks ass. Public schools, public housing, public education. And now you want to put the most, 1/6 of our government economy in the hands of the same government structure that's trash? No, I don't trust the government. I don't want them to do that. We know the quality is going to drop. There's no evidence of any government situation other than the military. That's it. It's the only thing we can do right as far as kicking ass and being efficient. But of course, there's a lot of pork and wasted money in that. But every other entity, whether it's public schools or the post office, like they lose billions of dollars a year. No other company, no private company could do that and still stay afloat because they don't have the taxpayers to bail them out. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to private companies because we saw what happened with the auto industry and whatnot, and how Obama and Bush tag teamed to bail them out instead of making them just, hey, yo, it's America. Other companies would have came in and bought GM and bought Chrysler if anything happened. It wouldn't like been they just go away and that's it, and they're never gonna be back again. Like that's just not how America works. But we bailed them out, and not only that, but we bailed out the banks, and none of the people who caused the damn economy at the end of the crash and sent us back to the Stone Ages, none of the people got prosecuted on either administration. Now Obama's 8 years because that's when he came in, nor did it happen under the end of Bush's 8 years. But yeah, I want to go back to normalcy in the White House and back to civility and all this other nonsense that y'all be talking about. Nope, let's not. Let's keep the smoke. Let's stay vigilant. Let's hold this next Democrat candidate to the same lights, because after Trump, even if Trump wins again, it's going to be a Democrat after that, possibly. I don't think it should. I think it should be a populist candidate. People on both sides should pick candidates that are not establishment on either side, which is what Republicans did last time. Democrats wanted to do that with Bernie, but it didn't happen. I mean, some progressives wanted to, and they should have. That would have been a better fight than crooked-ass Hillary. But, yeah, man, like, this shit is just, they not stopping. They doubling down. Every week you turn on TV, Malcolm Nance, it's the same people. Joy Reid, she brings on some new no-name person that you never heard of. Well, we did our study, and our study says that black folks are just dumb as fuck, and they letting the Russians program them. I think they did a study saying how much elections were interfered with by Korea and China, and it was like 76 times that it was like on some legitly done stuff. But when they said how many times did America do it, it was like twice the number of all the other countries individually. So like this is a part of the political process. This is war, political war. This is the future of political wars interfering. And yes, Hillary did interfere with Russia's elections when she was Secretary of State. She said things and did things that pissed off Vladimir Putin. And absolutely, I believe he got her ass back. But that's the nature of the beast. Don't pop shit and then cry about it when you have it happen to you. And I'm not saying what they did caused her to lose, because it didn't. She was just a shitty candidate, and the Democrats should have never picked her to run. You know, they should have never told Elizabeth Warren don't run. Obama told Joe Biden don't run. They thought they had a shoe in and just gave her the thing. And the beauty of that is, if you had a Bernie, if you had Elizabeth in there and you had a Joe in there, even though Elizabeth is establishment light, Joe Biden is a centrist. He's establishment light as well. I mean, he's establishment, but it still would have pushed Hillary or whoever would have been a nominee to talk about different things and bring up other issues. But having that limited of a handful of people, which is like, damn, you would have probably inspired more people to come out if you had more people running and people with different ideas. And I think Elizabeth Warren probably could have had a decent shot last time around. Again, I wouldn't vote for any of them motherfuckers. I'm not a Democrat, but I'm saying they messed up by trying to cape for Hillary and say, no, stand down, it's her turn. She lost. Get over that shit. But stop attacking black people in the process, right? And again, and this goes for black folks who are getting this you know how black Republicans feel, how they get dismissed and played in the media, and you know that's always been a thing, right? Liberals have always done that to black Republicans, but now your own party is doing that shit to y'all. Your own party is disenfranchising your voice and calling you bots and telling other white liberals when you see them say these words, you report them and block them because they're bots. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm a real person. You can go look up and see that I'm a real person. It's to the point where I'll comment on, any of these liberal outlets and I'll be like, no, that's actually not what happened. This is what happened. Oh, you support Trump, don't you? Like, huh? Like, what? I'm like, no, I'm just saying, like, that didn't happen. Like, that was misinformation. That was fake news. This is what actually happened. I'm telling you what really happened in the situation. Like, here's the dialogue. Here's the information. The fact that you would question false information, like, their whole thing is ADOS and Tangible 2020 and reparations. Our hashtags are disinformations and bots and don't support it. But they do the same thing. They're using disinformation to slander black voters. They're doing that to slander Tulsi Gabbard. Like, huh? And black folks should be the last people on that team. You should not be co-signing that, because if they doing that to a sitting person in Congress, a military person with code, with classified information, what do you think they're gonna do to your black ass? I'm gonna keep saying that. If they can do that to her and successfully have people go on TV and repeat it. You had Time Magazine coming at Tulsi Gabbard, white suits, talking about she's in the cult and this and that. But Hillary Clinton wore them shits all the time. Nancy Pelosi wore them. All them damn Democrats, when after the speakers, after Trump had to give his speech and the Democrats had to do their turn, all them women wore the white suits. Like, huh? Now Tulsi Gabbard is a witch, or got a cult following. Like the way that these people are working, and it's not even just the black people. I watched The Hill, which I've been watching that political commentary because it's the only people who are actually talking, in an the one chick is a liberal, the one dude is a conservative, but like they're being honest about what they believe in politics, and they're not beholden to any group or any side. And they had some dickhead dude come on there and try to pull that Tulsi Gabbard stuff, and they shut it down. Both of them did. Like, yo, you gotta chill. You lying. Like, it's like he was trained to go do that. Like, they're told to go do that. And that's the funny thing about politics, right? There are operatives in politics. There are people who go out there that's their job, to throw shade, to find dirt, to mix up your words, right? And that's a part of the political game. But now that it's being used against their candidates, they're having fake outrage. Trump tweets a meme, and they go, "This is disinformation." He's being silly and sarcastic and trolling, and these people take it serious. But they don't have a problem playing clips of Trump with laugh tracks and stuff that ain't true on there. It's okay for y'all to use those same political tools to disenfranchise the dudes you going against. But when it happens to y'all acting like it's a security breach or something. Oh, the Russians made this meme about black voters not voting, and it's a bad thing, and black folks are just too dumb to recognize they're being played. Like, no, you're trying to play black America. You called black people out. You blamed them y'all blame when Obama lost in the midterms. Y'all blame black folks for that. Both times. When Hillary didn't win, y'all blame black folks for that. So this is what y'all get. Y'all calling people out. Y'all telling them that, they don't participate and they stupid. Now they're voicing their grievances. They're doing politics their way, not the way you think this should be done from a corporate media standpoint, or a person like Roland who's in somebody's broom closet trying to get back to corporate media. Y'all in y'all feelings. This shit is serious, yo. Like, I can't even put into words what they're doing and how that's grimy. Everybody should be able to have their voice and talk their shit. If black folks want to use their so-called political power in the Democratic Party to negotiate and to put fear in them and to make them earn their vote instead of giving them platitudes, like, yeah, they'll say, well, black women saved Alabama with Roy Moore. Black women saved this country with voting. What about giving them some actual tangibles for that? And don't even talk about policy. I'm talking about, bro, Hillary Clinton didn't want to go to black media to reach out to black people. She said, if we want to reach black people, we'll go to Ellen. So she didn't even want to put dollars in the hands of the same black media who are attacking black voters because they want tangibles. She wouldn't even put money in your hands to reach the black people. These campaigns. They didn't want to hire black staffers to go on their campaigns. Donna Brazile was the head negress of the DNC, and she's like begging Hillary, yo, I need some money so we can campaign, and we need to put flyers out, and we need to do these things. They wouldn't even give y'all the tools y'all needed to win, and they're going to attack y'all when y'all didn't come out to vote the way that they want y'all to vote. It's a sad day in society, people. I'm out. We're going to stay on this topic. We're going to stay on that neck. Joy Reid, whoever this nameless chick is, who is starting some more gender war now. Now, if you a black man, you didn't support Kamala, lock a nigga up. Harris, now you a bot, you a Russian spy. You basically, when they say those things, they're saying that black people are just stupid and they don't know how to do politics because they won't do politics their way. That's basically what they're saying. I'm out.